Hey, we're doing a production and a street house production, so we're trying to get everything going. Let's get the hustle and bustle right now, because we're trying to wrap this up right quick, because it's night. We ain't finna pay for nothing. We ain't paying for nothing. We just want to get this done. We ain't trying to pay for no city fees or city finances or what you call that, city rate or something like that. We trying to do it now. Come on, come on. Come on. Okay, keep dancing, keep doing this, keep doing the Janet move. You know, principal. Wish we had a chair, but we didn't got time. We can't afford a permit. A city permit at that best. Come on. Keep doing Janet. Keep doing Janet. Come on. You got it. Yes, we got our take. All right. All we gotta do now, send to Janet. When she come down here, we have a meeting with her. You know, everything gonna work out. I'll tell you this right now. Oh, speaking of that, the take starts right now. Hello everyone, this is Kendrick Dix for the Take. Man oh man, welcome again for May 3rd, 2018. Again, I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix. Glad you're here to join us here on the Take. Let's get started with the big story. The big story this week is, man oh man, comedian Bill Cosby has been found guilty of sexual misconduct. Cosby, somewhat in his close to his 80s, I think about 81, 82 or something like that, was accused of drugging and having sex with different women. And now Cosby is paying the piper. Cosby got away the first time, but the DA retried him again. This time the DA was successful on Cosby's approach. But the media had a field day on this. Take a look.
On the air at this hour because there is breaking news in Bill Cosby's sexual assault retrial. There has been a verdict. The comedian, now 80, has been found guilty on all counts. He'd been accused of drugging and assaulting a woman at his Philadelphia home. Again, guilty, all counts. Moments ago, that panel of 7 men and 5 women, after deliberating for 14 hours, came back with the verdict. They come back with 3 questions in the last 24 hours, but no questions today. I want to bring in our legal analyst, Sonny Hostin, who's watching this with me. Guilty on all 3 counts. This is a significant development. He faces prison time, significant prison.
We have breaking news out of Philadelphia. A verdict has been reached in the Bill Cosby sexual assault trial. Chris Spargo has the details from our New York newsroom.
Jesse, Bill Cosby has been found guilty on all 3 charges in his indecent assault case. The jury deliberated for just 14 hours, almost 1 year after his first trial came back with a hung jury. Once the verdict was read in court, many of the alleged victims began crying, and a few started to cheer, while Cosby sat silently in his chair. He then screamed out, however, when the DA said he had a plane and asked that bail be revoked, telling the judge Bill Cosby doesn't have a plane, and then using a vulgarity to refer to the district attorney. He will now be back in court for the sentencing phase soon. He's facing 10 years in prison for each of the 3 charges, in addition to a possible fine of up to $25,000. Andrea Constant, the plaintiff of the case, is being hailed by many as the Joan of Arc of rape, and the survivors cheered her outside the courtroom.
Chris Spargo, thanks.
You see right here, the women accused Cosby leaving the courtroom after the verdict was announced. Man, even everyone on Twitter, you know, these past Twitter, even the president had a past Twitter remark to say. Even Kanye West, Sarah Silverman, even you people, fans out there trying to, you know, put judgment on Bill Cosby because of his age. Well, Twitter went on a tailspin when Cosby even said this. He doesn't have a plane. What, you talking about this plane? Woo! You saw that little effect, that plane. Man, oh man, Bill Cosby been doing television comedy for almost spanning 50 years, and now his legacy has been tarnished by him doing what he just did. America's dad being calmed down by the storm on just power, influence, and could we say greed? Because Cosby had to pay a lot of folks off. But you know, Cosby can blame one person. Hannibal Barris. You know when Eddie Murphy did that rant? Take a look at this.
Some of the people who feel that I should give back my
Tobies!
Yes, Eddie Murphy did that hilarious rant on Bill Cosby, and then people thought, what is he talking about? And now we found out that it was Bill Cosby all along doing what he was doing. All right. Even Wendy Williams had something to say about Bill Cosby. Take a look.
My career back in the early, this is nothing to laugh or clap about. I've told you this before, but I was one of the, I've been doing Hot Topics for a long time, you all, okay? Back in the early 90s, and I talked about Bill Cosby and his behavior on the radio. And he, big shot Bill Cosby, calls the boss of the radio station, the big boss, and they have a guy conversation, and I didn't get fired because I'm bringing in ratings, but what I did get was Bill Cosby calling and trying to do me in, and back then, a young Wendy was already on the beat before being on the beat, and nobody believed what I was saying, reporting the stories, not being a victim of. So the prosecutor tried.
Williams accusing Bill Cosby of sabotaging her career after all this alleged stuff happened. Like, she was the one that brought it up. But it was Amber Bearers at the end, and Bill Cosby, his legacy has gone. But don't forget to watch the archives of Viral when we did a piece on Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, America's favorite dad, and we'll get to an in-depth story with Bill Cosby. And he will be profiled on Viral this week. Man, why do we get salacious, controversial, scandalous stuff on Viral? It's just Viral is on its own little lane with the tape. And appreciate that, folks, for watching the tape last week, watching last week's episode, making the highest viewed episode in the history of this show and the history of Connect TV. And we thank you all and continue on watching us because we're getting stronger and we're getting better. Thank you. All right, in celebrity news, Kim Kardashian visited the Ellen Show and addressed situations involving her family. And she spoke about the Kanye turmoil situation and Christian and Chloe's drama and stuff. Relationship, our storm relationship. You see for yourself.
Review doesn't air until Monday. We were given a sneak peek of the fireworks.
Poor Chloe. I mean, I think everybody was heartbroken for her. I mean, literally days before she gives birth, her boyfriend is seen on video cheating. So you have opinions about that?
Like, I don't even know how to describe it besides it's just so up. Like, like it's,
Are you gonna raise your kid in Cleveland?
A source tells E! News Chloe has gone back and forth and her feelings change daily. But for right now, she wants to stay in Cleveland full time and try to make it work with Tristan. She wants what's best for her daughter and feels like keeping the family together is the priority.
if there's a baby involved, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna like keep it cute and keep it classy and not talk too bad. Because one day Drew is gonna see this and it's so messed up.
Our insider says the family doesn't trust Tristan and feels he won't change.
God bless you, Chloe.
And while Chloe continues to deal with her baby daddy drama, Kim's been dealing with some of her own.
Hey, Kanye, how are things going between you and Kim?
After his epic Twitter rants, you might think Kim and Kanye are on the rocks, but we hear they're actually rock solid, and Kim stands by her man.
I didn't even know he got his Twitter again until I started seeing tweets come in from other people, like retweeting them. And I was like, wait, is this real? And then at night, he came in and was like, did you see my tweets? He was talking about clarity, and he always talks about how we should not have our phones first thing in the morning and in the house when we're with the kids. Let's not have our phones. It's our rule that we really try to live by. So I think he was talking about cleansing.
You know, Kim Kardashian is acting like the official spokesperson for the family now. Now she's trying to be a natural born communicator. Well, she learned from the best. Kris Jenner. When you learn from Mama Kris, you going somewhere. You know how to do PR and stuff like that. It always worked in her favor. I'm telling you. All right. Rapper Meek Mill was released this week after spending time in jail in 6 months. So Lester Hoyt of NBC Nightly News was the first person to interview Meek. Take a look.
Since you got out of prison? No, I haven't slept 1 minute since I've been out of prison. It's actually like a culture shock coming from a small cell back into the real world, so I think my body has to adjust at this point.
Meek Mill, who we joined as he literally soared to freedom aboard a helicopter with 76ers owner and friend Michael Rubin on his way to last night's playoff game, where he rang the pregame bell. This afternoon, Mill sitting down with me exclusively for an upcoming Dateline Hour.
So you're out of prison,
Yeah.
but you're still on bail.
Yeah.
So do you feel free? Truly free?
No, I don't feel free. I ain't feel free since I caught this case at the age of 19. I'm 30 now. And I pray. I believe God is my first lawyer. I always believe that. And, you know, I got a strong team behind me. I got a lot of support. There's a lot of light shedded on my situation.
Despite being free, Mill is still on probation, 12 years after his convictions at age 19 on weapons and drug charges. He served just 7 months for the crimes, but has remained tethered to the justice system ever since. Last year, he was caught popping a wheelie on a motorcycle and was also involved in a separate altercation. Both charges were dismissed. Even so, Judge Janice Brinkley sentenced him to 2 to 4 years in prison for violating his probation. The sentence sparked a movement and support from hip-hop superstar Jay-Z and comedian Kevin Hart to billionaires like the owner of the New England Patriots, and Rubin, who says he learned through Mill's case how he believes the criminal justice system entraps young black men.
If you're just now hearing the name Meek Mill, why should you care about his story?
Because his story is so much bigger than his life. This is about how can he be the symbolic change agent that was needed for major criminal justice reform. That's why you should care.
Being as though I'm in this position, I got a lot of responsibility. I got a lot of important people depending on me, and not talking about them people, them public officials. I'm talking about them men that's depending on me going through the same thing I'm going through.
Mill's release from prison was unopposed by the DA, who now agrees his original conviction should be overturned.
There are questions about the single important witness who testified in that case.
Meek Mill may be back on the streets of Philadelphia, but he is still fighting for himself and says he will be for others too.
Meek Mill want to get back, rebound his career, stuff like that, since the Nicki Minaj situation, stuff of that nature. So, who knows? Meek Mill just being Meek Mill now, and he's just going to think about him. He even do all that crazy stuff no more, I'm telling you. All right. Oh, wait a minute. You're waiting? Oh, okay. Well, this man waiting in line for me to come back, but hey, you gotta pay some bills. This is The Take on Connect TV. Stay tuned.
The producer.
Back to The Take here on Connect TV. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix. Glad you can join us. Use the hashtag Take. We're always on Take on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We're always on social media platforms here on Connect TV and our YouTube channel. Thanks for making us the most watched YouTube channel on Connect TV. And we can subscribe and hit that subscribe button. Hit like and subscribe to Connect TV. You won't miss a thing here on Connect TV. Get shows like Take, Viral, Pro Wrestling Show. We got this new show coming out, and it won't be hosted by me. I know that for a fact. I'm not hosting no more shows. I already got a load full of projects already in store with me. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the political rundown. The political rundown this week. President Trump attended a prep rally in Michigan rather than attending his own Washington correspondent. This is the second time the president has not attended the Washington correspondent dinner after when Obama had blasted him on this. And he said, I'm vowing not coming back. I'm going to go back to somewhere I feel comfortable and content. Well, President Trump sent a message to America about border security in more ways than one. Take a look.
I love you too.
President Trump's giving them the demand saying meet my price or ain't gonna be no wall. Or ain't gonna be a government shutdown. You know, this is the most it just shows you that is the apprentice coming back, or does he feel like in apprentice mode, like thought the show was on hiatus. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright. And the comedian Michelle Wolf appeared at the Washington correspondent side with Trump, who was not there, and said this blasted thing. Take a look. Really? Got to be more crazy. She just tried this. She went on ham on Sarah Huckabee Sanders, where Sarah Huckabee Sanders was already in there. What in the world? All right. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she took it like a champ too. Alright, Trump ought to get credit for this. He organized and should be given credit to bring the two Korean leaders together. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and South Korea's, I forgot his name, but he's pointed, these two made peace and took the oath and made sure that there are relations between the two countries. Take a look. Alright, the two world leaders meet and unite for peace, a celebration of peace, in that order. All right, celebration of peace. We'll see how this relationship gonna go. Trump get in the middle, and Trump's supposed to have his highly anticipated meeting with Kim Jong-un coming soon. So we'll be watching that as we go on. On talk shows this week on The View, Whoopi Goldberg took issue with HUD Secretary Dr. Ben Carson and wants to triple the rent in the projects. Watch what Whoopi said.
Housing Secretary Ben Carson proposed a new way to raise money for federal housing by tripling the rent for low-income families. He claims it will also motivate them to be more self-sufficient. Let me explain something to you, Ben. Big Ben. As someone who grew up in those houses, as did Sonny, my mother worked her ass off every day. Yeah. 2 jobs. You grew up in 2 jobs. She went to work and she did the best she could. And the fact that you would fix your face to make people who are trying the best they can. Yeah, there are bad people everywhere. There are bad people who are scamming the welfare system. There are bad people who are scamming us for our money in the bank. There are bad people all over. But the idea that you think this is okay, this is going to affect 4.5 million families relying on federal housing assistance. It's ironically called the Make Affordable Housing Work Act. The proposed changes raise the rent from 30 to 35, which means that public housing residents, it raises their minimum from 50 to 150. It also eliminates all deductions that could lower the number, like child care. You know, do you have any idea, you know, because the national average income for people in housing like this is $12,000 a year. What the hell are you doing, man? You know what, man? Maybe you need to come and spend some time with folks in housing projects. You don't have to come here. There are housing projects all over this country. All over the country. You know how people are treated? There's rust, there's mold in a lot of these buildings. There's bad plumbing and they're the last people to get anything done. Nothing happens there. There's no generators to keep those buildings going. So if you're 85 years old and you live on the 12th floor, you're stuck in your house. Man, sit down with people before you do this, because you're really not helping then. And I know that you're new to this, and maybe once you passed a housing project, and that's why he thought you'd be the right one, but God bless you. Please, spend some time with the people who live in these buildings and see what they need before you do this, please.
I agree with Whoopi Goldberg on this. Dr. Men, you used to live in the projects. You used to be poor, and now you don't want nobody else to triple the rent just to increase rate, increase work ethic. Yeah, some people do, but some people don't. Some people don't have it like others. You know, sometimes, Dr. Ben, you gotta think about yourself, like, put yourself in their shoes and see how far you go. You'll be like, they'll look at you and say, You say, can I have a bit? No. You get away. So you gotta realize you lucky. Yeah, you should have been the instead of being the HUD secretary, you should have been the Surgeon General. That was you good at, to be honest. But I forgot, you took taxpayers' money and you tried to buy a special table and they called you out on that. Take that. You take that. You know what I mean? Alright, on Newsies this week. Well, on Steve, I meant to say Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey took with Cardi B and Bernie Sanders had something.
I gotta tell you something. You know, it seems like every day in the news something comes up that kind of wants to show us and remind us how far apart we are as a people. But the truth is, we're really not that far apart at all. We're very much all connected in this whole thing. A tweet went viral the other day in which two people, seemingly as different as two people can possibly be now, agreed on something that was kind of cool. That was a little weird, but it was kind of cool though. Cardi B, very, very famous. This girl is like famous right now. She said something that was retweeted by Senator Bernie Sanders. Now, Cardi B was being interviewed by a GQ magazine article, right? And she came out in support of Social Security. The woman's socially conscious, that's really cool, right? And then Bernie co-signed it.
Cardi B is right. We have got to protect Social Security for all generations.
I just love hearing a 76-year-old senator in the United States say, Cardi B is right. Cardi B is right. So it's like, he Bernie B now. He making Social Security move. Yeah. Cardi B should play that video whenever she performs. Yeah, you just in the club to party. I'm in here, I get paid a fee.
Cardi B is right.
That's a good job, Bernie. You know what I really want to say, though? Ain't you a little bit surprised that Bernie even know who the hell Cardi B is? Where the hell? Cardi B is right. If she was standing there, he wouldn't know who the hell.
Yes, they got something in common about the Social Security rate plan. They want to make sure Social Security, but by the time I get Social Security will be so drawn out that it'll be called Help Me Security. Help if you got it on the books. That's what Social Security is going to end up being. I'm telling you. All right, on newsies this week, gas prices continue to rise up, and local news affiliate wonders why. Take a look.
Brace yourself for the highest gasoline prices since 2014. Prices at the pump have gone up 50 cents in the last year. Consumer investigator Jim Strickland now live in Paulding County. And Jim, you've learned the convenience stores are paying now $2, which means we'll soon be paying $3.
That's exactly right. Those prices behind me just jumped 16 cents the other day. And in fact, GasBuddy.com says $2.75 and a fraction is the average price all over town. Do the math. That means we're just 25 cents away from $3 gas. Now, I've been tracking gas prices since 2011 and learned that we just hit a milestone at the place where the stores buy their gas. Fuel supplier PS Energy Group reports the average wholesale price at the Doraville fuel terminals closed above $2 Wednesday morning. It was the highest level seen here since July 2015.
Oil's getting tighter, the economy's good, we can charge more, and that's what happens.
Energy analyst Chris Edmonds with Atlanta's Americap Partners says the retail $3 threshold is not far off. $3 gas this summer, you ready to pay it?
No way.
I heard from drivers in Paulding County.
It always goes up in the summer, so, I mean, there's nothing we can really do about that.
Edmonds says summer demand is one key to the price bump. So is the reality we can't afford to do without fuel.
At the end of the day, the consumer's willing to pay. Consumers are traveling more. The economy's pretty good. We'll hit $3. It just depends on how long it lasts.
$3 by summer.
Ridiculous. I'm more comfortable with $2.
$3 is probably going to happen.
Yeah. I think $2.72 is pretty bad.
Here's the good news. Edmonds does not believe the painful prices will last.
They'll probably moderate come July or August, and we're probably in the mid-2s by the end of the year.
Now, we have been spoiled. According to GasBuddy.com, the last time that Metro Atlanta's overall gas price was above $3 was the fall of 2014. Reporting live, Dallas, Paulding County, Jim Strickland, Channel 2 Action News.
More details about saving fuel. The AAA says slow down. The faster you drive, the more gas you use. The Energy Department say every 5 miles an hour over 50 is like paying 18 cents more per gallon. And here's a big one. Don't use your trunk for storage. The heavier your car, the more gas you use.
Now, I know a thing or two about why gas prices going up. I can't say, but most of y'all may know. So hey, here what it is. I get some people complain about why gas going up. Because you're driving your car and the crude oil needs more. Think about that. Come on. If you want gas, you gotta fill up your tank. Your tank just like a baby, just like a human being itself. Think about that. Alright, and finally, the viral video of the week. A woman in Memphis has gone viral, and she tries to provide the city's southern hospitality of, if we ain't doing right, here's where we should go wrong with. Take a look.
I am sorry that your visit to Memphis, Tennessee had to be like that because of my disobedient, disrespectful child. I am sorry that your visit to Memphis, Tennessee had to be like that because of my disobedient, disrespectful child.
This woman was trying to help escalate something with her child and the police, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna take ownership of myself. And we need people like that. Take ownership of what you go wrong doing and fix it and make it right. If you don't do that, then hey, world we may never exist. That's something you can think about. All right, that is the take for this week. I'm glad you can join me here on the take. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long, and we'll see you next week here on the take.